Hello, and welcome back to another Gaming Dave news show. Kicking off from the week beginning, the 6th of July. So without further ado, let's get going, because we do have quite a bit to cover. Going to kick off with some esports news, and starting with the Smite World Championships. The prize pool for Smite has been capped at $1 million, and I believe there was some kind of statement saying that esports usually find a small culture of essentially a small group of people getting all the money, and it's just... they believe it's not the best way to do that, so they're capping their prize pool at $1 million. So that's still a hefty prize pool for their World Championships. Next up, in more casual gaming, Origin and their On The House service has put up Zuma's Revenge as their next title. The On The House service, you can get the game completely free, no catch or anything, just have the client installed, and it's a fun little game, so if you want to pick that up, then it's free of charge. Impressive 4K screenshots have come out for Star Wars Battlefront, showcasing combat on the planet of Hoth. So it is looking good, and in 4K it does look very pristine, does look very nice, as generally comes with 4K resolution. In an interesting turn of events, future DLC for Dragon Age Inquisition will not be put on last-gen consoles. It will just be for PC, PS4 and Xbox One. This is a weird turn of events, as they've done this midway through their DLC cycle, and just announced midway through this, and it's very peculiar as to why they've done that. But hey, if you have Dragon Age Inquisition and you do have a 360 or a PS3, afraid you're being cut out of some of the DLC. Ben Brode, the chief developer of Hearthstone, has come out and said that there will not be any classes added to Hearthstone. A lot of people do generally wonder about Hearthstone if they intend on adding the Monk and Death Knight class, which are currently in World of Warcraft, to Hearthstone. Ben Brode has come out and said there have been no intentions to add these classes to the game. This does follow some of the upcoming pressure that comes with the new announcement that will be coming in a couple of weeks' time. GOG, aka Good Old Games, has been hard at work prepping their library ready for the changeover to Windows 10, which is coming out at the end of this month. They've said they are pretty much ready for the changeover, and that's really good to see. It's really good, the fact that these games, as soon as Windows 10 is launched, will be supported by GOG. In an unsurprising turn of events, Ken Masters has been confirmed for Street Fighter V, and in his reveal trailer there has been a small screenshot of a potential another fighter being teased. So a couple theories going around. I think the key one is E Honda, the large sumo wrestler fellow, to be the next fighter, to be confirmed. But yeah, more news generally coming out for Street Fighter V, and the beta is supposed to be around autumn time. Expansions for The Witcher 3, not to be confused with the DLCs or the patches that have been coming out since its release, are set to be the size of Witcher 2. The first one is set to be about 10 hours long, the second one is set to be about 20 hours long. This is absolutely fantastic to see from The Witcher. The Witcher 3 is already supposed to be a great game on its own. I don't have it myself, but from what I've heard, it's absolutely fantastic. And to see this news come out about the expansion must be really reassuring for those that are looking forward to the actual expansions themselves. Dishonored 2, the recently announced sequel to, of course, Dishonored, will allow you to play as Emily, the girl from the first Dishonored, who was the Empress's daughter who you rescue. She will be a playable character in Dishonored 2, and apparently has a completely different, all-new feel to her, and brings a whole new aspect to the game. Now, this is really interesting and refreshing to see that they aren't just reskinning the character, they are completely overhauling the place out, and it's said to be that Emily will have a much more refined and be a lot more of a finesse character. So that's really interesting to see how they're going to pull that off, because Dishonored, as a stealth assassin game, does have a lot of finesse to it on its own. So it'll be interesting to see what they plan on doing with this character. Following the E3 Microsoft press conference and their announcements for backwards compatibility on the Xbox One from the 360, Sony have come out and said not to think that will happen for the PS4, and that they're just going to focus on making PS4 games. Now, I don't know if this is meant to be some kind of jab at Xbox One for their decisions, but it's very interesting to see that Sony have just come out and said, just like, it's not happening. Not happening. Don't expect anything of us. Stop asking us. So that's very interesting to see. So I don't know how PS4 fans feel about this, but we'll see. Fallout 4 will naturally get its time in the spotlight at QuakeCon on July 21st. As to what this will be showcased, that is unclear. I imagine there might be maybe another kind of trailer, there might be some gameplay footage, but that's all yet to be seen. Fallout 4 is expected to come out later this year. In a final bit of news that once again has not really surprised anybody, Sega has come out and said that they are all too aware of their fall from grace and the distrust that has happened as a result of their recent shortcomings. Chief of which can be reflected in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, which has very much taken a bit of a downturn over the past decade or so, starting with the 2006 Sonic that was came along with a 360 and was very poorly received, while some of the other ones that might have come out of the past few years were very good titles, but they were exclusives. Sonic Boom was quite a controversial one for the character designs. You know, they overhauled quite a bit of character designs, and I personally thought they looked ridiculous. And they do intend to make a proper comeback, in a sense, and make themselves the brand they once were, as to what this might mean in terms of new releases, if they're doing hardware, if they're doing maybe some kind of client system. That is yet to be seen, but for now, yes, Sega are aware of their mistakes, and they aim to correct them. So that's me done for this week. Quite a bit that I rattled through today. I hope you enjoyed my news show. Leave a like if you want, or a comment if there's anything you want to add, and if you want to subscribe, that'd be extra cheeky. I'm the Gaming Dave. I'll see you next time. Hello, and welcome to a little extra bonus clip for the Gaming Dave. I'm sorry that this news video has taken so long to do. I've just had a lazy couple days for some reason. But when I woke up on Monday today to essentially be motivated enough to actually get this news video finished, I was greeted with the news that Satoru Iwata, the CEO and president of Nintendo, unfortunately passed away at the age of 55 after a year-long or so battle with cancer. This man will be sorely missed. He was a legend of the industry, renowned for his passion and his humility and what he has done for the industry and what he's done for Nintendo. He took the blame when Nintendo faced their slump with the launch of the Wii U, and he rode the successes of the mid-2000s with the launch of the Wii and the DS, and he's worked in Nintendo since the 1980s as a programmer. He said that he was a corporate executive on his business card, a programmer in his head, and a gamer in his heart. And it's people like this that really would inspire people to maybe be a better person, get involved in the industry, do what they can, and he will be sorely missed. He was an absolute legend, and I hope you'll join me in paying respects to this great man. Rest in peace, Iwata-san. You shall be missed. As for the future of Nintendo, Shigeru Miyamoto and someone else whose name I can't remember are running as the interim presidents until a replacement can be found. For now, well, I will say it once more. Rest in peace, Iwata-san. You shall be missed. I'm Gaming Dave, and on this somber note, I'll see you next time.